Hello and welcome, inspired podcast community. This is your new episode. My name is Caroline, and my today's guest is Pulkit Garg. I hope I pronounced it right. Yeah, welcome to the show. And how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Caroline. What about you?
Oh, I'm fine too, because I'm so happy that you said yes to our podcast interview. And I'm blessed and honored to have you here in the show. You are from India, and I
Yeah,
love to travel around the world through the podcast. So let me introduce you to the audience before we talk. You are a content strategist by profession, now empowering wellness experts and professionals to leverage technology and crack social media. This is so amazing what you shared here. And I want to know more about what you do. So, my first question is, what inspires you to do this, what you are doing to encourage other people, and especially in the, how was it called? In the wellness industry, experts and professionals to improve their social media life, so to say.
surely, Caroline, surely. So the end goal is to enable, the end customer to find the right natural healing expert out there. We started our journey in October of 2019, and the focus was enabling wellness tourism to India for both domestic as well as international travelers. While we have revamped that business now, like from December 23 onwards, we are back on that business, enabling wellness tourism. But yes, because of the COVID, it was on closure for good 3 4 years. While working and making the pivots, we realized that wellness experts in themselves as a community are underserved, and technology was a major problem statement. So we did some surveys. We realized that 72% of wellness experts across the community we manage were struggling with social media management, or around 54% of the wellness experts were struggling with digitizing their overall wellness practice. For a very small instance, like for a very small example, managing appointments is a very big pain point for a lot of wellness experts out there. They often end up investing and at the same time wasting 1 or 2 hours every day in just managing their appointments. They're like, okay, I'm available at this time. They're doing everything in their diary or over a WhatsApp platform, or again, manual systems. So we automate that whole system. Another issue was payment collection. So the while the end goal still remains enabling natural healing for the end customer, we have just changed our approach to enabling that, and we want to make the wellness experts more powerful to be able to reach out to more and more end customers. Because if you end up saving at least 1 hour every day, that means you can have a new customer every day that you were not able to cater to earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. You're so right. And I can imagine the process. So you took me on a little journey from 2019 to when the whatever was the export or the market was closed due to COVID. And we remember the times. Now it is better, of course, and you are there, you are back to help the experts to improve their sales, right?
Yep.
Perfect. My next question is, and I want to know more how this works, but first of all, who inspires you? Do you have coaches or mentors? Where did you learn from? And who was the best coach you ever had?
Surely, surely. So the main inspiration, Caroline, came from my own experiences. I am myself an avid beneficiary of natural healing, Ayurveda, yoga. I have practiced them at extent. I recently lost 16 kgs through naturopathy, though I gained back again 5 kgs. But yeah, now the effective is 11 kgs for me. So the idea was, when we have got such awesome and invigorating modalities available for our healthcare, why we only want to resort to just popping in a pill? With all due respect to the modern medicine, half of the ailments we are struggling today are because of our lifestyle. If we understand and improve our lifestyle, we don't need to pop in those pills. So that's my end goal. I want to, and that was my inspiration. Uh, to help a lot of people out there to understand what lifestyle changes they need to bring in, so that they can safeguard themselves from the side effects of popping in the pill that we have become very accustomed to these days. So that's the whole idea.
Wow, I understand what you are doing. So you helping the experts and the professionals to focus on their core tasks and skills as well, what they like to do, because you have your own experience in the same field and you know exactly where the pain points are, right? And how they can benefit from your services. I love this. So you are someone with an overview, with the perspective of the whole industry, for example, and then they can trust you completely and you are doing the work for
Yeah.
them. So amazing. Yeah, do you want to add something about what you do and what your services are, your offers?
Sure, sure. So the system does the work. So as you mentioned, so once any coach gets onboarded to our platform, the system does the work. We have got a complete automation system in place. Then we also organize. So the end goal is to empower wellness experts to be present and to be available for their customers. When as and when required. So we also organized personalized social media workshops for the experts, and these are smaller groups, at max 4 people, 4 experts, minimum 2 experts. We don't go beyond this. We handhold each and every expert to revamp their social media approach and also learn the power of AI to start using and getting out there on social media. So we have organized 2 such workshops, and the outcome has been where the 2 of the experts have now started doing their social media actively and regularly. Otherwise, earlier they have been sort of duped by a lot of other agencies in the market, with all due respect to everybody available. But at times just it happens that you don't find and you don't align with the service providers. So it's at the same time it's also important to learn as a service seeker, what are we actually seeking for. So we give you a complete, transparent, elaborative view of what social media management for a wellness expert should look like. So it's a 2 days workshop that we organize, and we only do 2 to 4 people in one group. It's 3 hours each on 2 days. So we are able to give equal and required attention to each and everyone out there. And then we also help wellness experts from different parts of the world to organize retreats to India. Currently, we are helping somebody from Chile to organize a yoga retreat in Pushkar, India, and we are just helping her build the curiosity right now. So we are at that stage, and November 2024 is when we are planning the retreat. So these are 3 overall services we offer to wellness experts across the globe.
Wow, this is so amazing how you combine the skills and your talents as well. I will ask you later for that. I had an idea in mind while you were talking. For example, you are focused on this very niche of wellness experts. How about when people are coming to you from another industry, for example, I don't know, business coaches or money, there are people with money coaches or something I have in mind. Do you help them? Do you have other experts to help them to do? Because when you talk about scheduling calls or something, then it is also other people are seeking for that.
Surely, we can help them as well. So our solution is currently being used by a few other coaches as well. So it's a, I would say, a versatile solution. It can be done, and then we have got some standalone solutions as well. Just for example, we are working on a solution where your complete scheduling can be worked upon within the WhatsApp ecosystem. So in India, WhatsApp is a very big thing. I guess out of the 140 crores of our population, around I guess 90% of the people would be using it right now. If I remove the rural population, but in the urban population, 90% of the people use WhatsApp. So that becomes a very easy source to manage all your appointment setting within the WhatsApp ecosystem. You don't have to go out on any other browser or application. The person just sends a hi to you on WhatsApp in your chat window, and one after the other, it's a conversation that the bot is doing on your behalf, and the bot schedules your appointment with the person, collects the payment, and everything is sorted for you. So we are working on similar solutions The workshops can be organized for other people. So we can do that. But yes, we are focused with coaches and wellness experts.
Oh, I love what you said about keeping it simple by using WhatsApp. I'm familiar with the concept as well. I'm working with WhatsApp groups as well. I would love to know, you do everything on WhatsApp. So that means when you were talking about the experts groups that you teach, the 4 people maximum, is this happening on WhatsApp as well?
So we create a WhatsApp group after the workshop happens on the Zoom.
Ah,
So if experts, while they're executing the frameworks we have shared with them, they run into any problems, so they can reach out to us on WhatsApp, because we cater to experts from across the globe. So the time difference becomes an issue. So as and when, so one of our experts, social media expert who takes the workshop with me, she's from South Africa. So we try to cover overlap the time zones. So if she's available, she reverts to it. If I'm available, I revert to it. So that's where WhatsApp groups come into picture. But the actual workshop is delivered over Zoom, and we share Google Documents as the reference material during the workshop. So Google Documents, Google spreadsheets are shared with the individuals out there, experts, for their reference.
oh, I love that. It's because I was in a project, or I'm still in that project where the work method is similar, and I heard it again now from you with the Google Docs and spreadsheets and the WhatsApp groups, and I like how simple it is, and also connecting people all over the world. This is also one of my goals. So here we are now able to speak. Yes, so I understand the concept, and of course, I have another question for you. It is
Sure.
about how do you inspire other people? For example, when you are looking for new clients, where do you find them? I mean, for yourself, you find clients, and then you help them to find clients for themselves, right?
So, Karen, majorly we have been enabling people in the business operations space so far. But yes, we do consult them on the best places to find clients for them. So there are certain Facebook groups which have really worked out for us. Doing LinkedIn automation has been another great area for us, where I believe we also connected through LinkedIn automation. So that's another place where we do a lot of our work and enable things. One more thing, we have been helping few coaches out there is with launching their own podcasts. So we also provide podcast as a service. I am in talks with a group in London, where it's a group of female coaches, around I guess 80 of them, who want to learn how to start their own podcast. So we are planning a whole workshop around launching our own podcast. So the frameworks that I have created, I share with them, and the platforms that I use, I share with them, get them some discount coupons for taking a license for those platforms. So that's the whole idea we are working on.
Oh, I love what you do and what you just said, because for me it was always a dream having my own podcast since 2007. I cannot pronounce the word anymore. You know, when the iPods were invented, 2007, and I thought, oh, I one day I will do this, and then I had to wait 16 years because I was too shy to speak, or to record the things. Yeah, so it for me it was not the technical side, because I set up everything within 1 hour when the decision was made. So for me it was like, I'm too shy to speak. And now you are, I can tell you, you are episode 300 within 7 months. So I'm happy to be here and to hear about your approach with the group of people who want to start their podcast, and you help from the technical side as well. So now I understand, and I love what you said about the coupons, that you help them to save money and find the best platform, of course. Yes. So my next question is, what are your gifts and talents? Of course, we heard already about that. What would you say yourself?
So Caroline, something that come to me naturally is the power of content. I have my major experience in my professional world has been enabling a lot of healthcare companies out there, some of the biggest giants, with their campaigns, the concept as well as the text part. So we work for a company that's one of the pioneers in the diabetes space, plan their 100th year campaign, or one of the NGOs that specifically works in the AIDS and tuberculosis area. It's an international NGO. So we help them devise out a whole campaign for fundraising. So text and content marketing, content strategy, communication strategy, that's my natural talent that God has endowed me with. And I'm more than happy to get on a call with somebody, do a pro bono content audit for them, and help them with a basic roadmap out there.
Yeah, I'm writing down names here. I already wrote two names I want to connect you with so that I don't forget, because what you said about the content, and of course, we can always improve and learn. And yeah, so thank you so much for sharing what your gifts and talents are. You truly are a gift for the world, helping people, setting all this up. Thank you so much for our interview. Of course, I have another question for you about your goals. You already talked about your goals, and I love how focused you are, and you keep your goal in mind, always like a vision, and you stick to that vision. So decision making is very easy for you. You set goals for yourself. What is one of your goals for 2024?
So the goals, Caroline, we are targeting is to be able to reach out to at least 50 wellness experts, to be onboarded to our healthcare management system, and help them, digitize their wellness practice, save at least that 1 hour every day. So we are working towards that.
So you will reach your, yeah, you will reach your goal this year, because you said 50 days, and the year has, I don't know, 5 months, or if I, yeah, whatever. So you have it in the next 50 days when you set your mind to it. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. And one last question to you is, when people reach out to you, and please reach out to Pulkit, he's amazing. He's an expert himself for the wellness industry. Do you have special offers and services? You already mentioned it, for the Inspired podcast community.
More than happy to do the, as I already shared, first content at audit pro bono. And if anybody is reaching out for our platform services, the healthcare management system that we have, right away 15% off, 15% off on the monthly license fee for the first 2 years.
Oh, thank you so much. This is so generous. Please reach out. It's so amazing. We can learn and grow. And yeah, and this is what we want. This is why we are here, to grow our businesses with the help of technology. You also mentioned AI. Yes, it is important to use it. And Pulkit is the expert for that. Now, if you have one last message for the audience, then this is your time.
Surely, Karen. So I would just say, do try natural healing. Make it your first go-to modality, and then probably if you're not able to find solutions with natural healing, then you should go for modern medicine. That would be my message to everyone out there.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm happy that we did this interview. Yes, and have a nice day, and see you in the next episode.
Surely, Caroline. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for this opportunity.